Hello, my name is Amanda. I'm a certified life coach. Today I want to talk about what I've discovered since I left my job from hell. It was scary. It was scary. I was working in corporate America for roughly 20 years, and of the last 15, I worked in finance and law. And I worked in the last 6 years in a very high stress, high pressured, non-stop environment. At any given moment, I was doing 3 or 4 things. I was hired to manage a department. I ended up managing 5. I'd have people at my desk. You couldn't even think of a thought. You couldn't complete a thought. You couldn't even make a phone call because someone was at my desk and sending an email and an instant message. And all of this connection, this you had so much access and exposure. It was nonstop. Deadlines, quotas, commission, sales. Does any of this sound familiar to you? The last week I was there was paralyzing. I spent hours every day crying at work. I couldn't take it anymore. The expectations and demands were so far beyond my reach, and I would be what you consider an expert in my field. I knew everything inside and out, from the law, the finance aspect, the everything. And I couldn't do it anymore. I became the do everything, fix everything, manage everything, create everything person. But behind that, I was still just one person. And I didn't even realize till now how much of me I had lost in the process. It was a stable job. I stayed with it because that's what you're supposed to do. Everyone puts this fear in your mind about the economy, and it's not going to work out. You're not going to be okay. You don't want to take chances in this economy. You don't want to leave your job at this economy. The hype that everyone puts behind what's going on out there. And here I was, leaving a job, going into the fear of the unknown. Immediately, I rushed out and started applying for jobs. I've never been unemployed in my life. Within 1 week, I had 3 job offers. Working in, not to say the same things would happen, but similar environments. And I know myself that once I got there, I would have stayed. I would have lost another 5 years of my life or more. Again, maybe not the same drama. Maybe I wouldn't have been as heartbroken every day, but I spent thousands and thousands of dollars to pursue a dream that I wasn't pursuing because of fear. And I left. No plan. A little bit of a plan, but nothing solid. There was nothing that was going to tell me how I was going to take care of myself from here forward. And I don't have a good, sturdy fallback plan. I don't have a husband. I'm not moving back home with my parents. It's me. Got to make this work. And the first month, I just decompressed. I didn't even really fully digest what just happened because I was so broken and torn down, and I just felt like I had the life sucked out of me. Looking back over the years, because of this kind of work, and it was, I had mentioned that it's law and finance, but it was collection law. So you can only imagine the type of environment that is. And I think part of me just grew dim in that process. I've been told through the years in the past that I'm the bright light. My energy is so high, and when I walk in, I light up a room, and that I'm smiling, and I have this warm personality. And I didn't see it for a very long time because I was depleted. I mean, we're human. How much can you really take on? And I was literally living for a job. I relocated for this job. I had no one but more than over 100 miles away. No friends, no family, no nothing. I moved for this job, and it was a job that was just breaking every ounce and bit of my soul. And I left. And when I left, I still had no friends, no family, no nothing, but more than 100 miles away. And I never had time for myself. I never had time to do what I wanted to do. I worked probably over 60 hours a week, and at the time, in the beginning, I was going to school. And I didn't do much with marketing as far as my business while I was working, because what time could I have devoted to it? My mind was so depleted at the end of the day. The thought of doing marketing, and then on top of marketing, actually coaching. I did random marketing here and there, and I coached throughout the years, but not to the volume that I'm doing it now or that I wanted to do it then. But I was human. How much can you fit into one day? So I just continued to study through those years, and I built a good foundation, but I had no time to apply what I learned. So thousands of dollars were about to be wasted if I had continued on that path. And I believe, although I learned a lot, I never had the time to sit back and reflect on what I learned. I took some notes here, and I want to make sure that I don't forget to bring up the points of what I've discovered. So when I knew that this was my calling, and I knew this was that it was right and the timing was divine, was that after I left, within the first week, I got 2 new clients. I hadn't done any marketing. I hadn't done any advertising. I mean, yeah, I have a website, but I didn't do anything special to get 2 clients in that week. I hadn't done any marketing for months because I had no time. And then they appeared. So I knew that from that point forward, I was going to be okay. I feel like that was my sign that this is going to work out. I just had to learn how to grow a business. Coaching wasn't the problem. I love coaching from the bottom of my soul. It's just, I feel like this is what I've been meant to do. I feel like there's nothing more that I enjoy than helping people see themselves in a bigger light. I just had to learn how to build a business. And now I have the time. But there's time for other things too, which I didn't realize before. And I'm not saying that you're only going to experience this if you're self-employed. Or you can still have this if you're happy with what you're doing and if you're happy with where you're at. I wasn't happy. And I wasn't happy for a long time, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting me until I got to the point that I had time to reflect. And I realized that in the morning I woke up and I had this sense of peace instead of knots in my stomach. When I was working, I started getting to the point that my stomach was always bothering me, and I felt nauseous and tired and tight. I mean, just stress all on my shoulders, my neck, my head, everything. I just felt tight. And I wake up now and I just feel like relaxed. I mean, look around me. This is me. I'm a very calm person. There's days that I go, days, where I don't even turn the TV on and I'm just reading. And I'm writing. And I'm coaching. And it's peaceful. Nobody's yelling. Nobody's arguing. No one's fighting, which is what I listen to all day long at work. And what I didn't realize until now was it was affecting me in so many things that I would come home and I couldn't handle anyone arguing with me over anything. It could be the smallest argument. I couldn't handle arguments because I was so sensitive to it from dealing with it all day long at work. You have to imagine what a collection environment is. Fortunately I have been doing it for so many years that I wasn't on the phone anymore, but I would get the worst of the worst calls if I got any. And it was just awful. And the people that work in this environment, I'm not saying that everyone is bad, but you have to imagine that people in that environment have also been beat up and they're broken down too, and probably feeling the same thing I did, afraid to leave because who leaves in an unstable economy? So I didn't realize how much it was breaking me. So the first thing that I discovered and I realized after I left that job was happiness. And what I'm sharing with you isn't necessarily you have to quit your job and be self-employed to be happy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is follow your dreams and don't let yourself be stifled in a negative environment because you're scared. I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from the transition. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now. I don't know if I'm going to continue coaching or maybe I'm going to provide these skills in businesses. I don't know what direction it's going to go, but I'm finally comfortable with uncertainty. I'm a planner. I plan everything. Currently, right now, my bills are planned out until the end of 2015. That's me. Everything I do has a plan. Had a plan. I don't have a plan anymore. And I'm okay. What I've learned to do is take that fear of the unknown and twist it around and turn it into my drive, my passion, my reason for being. And not doing is not an option. This is me. I have no choice. I've also realigned my priorities. Work was my number one priority before. So I let relationships suffer, my personal life. I never had the time to really devote to a relationship or to building a family. And the last time I even really thought about it was 15 years ago, because all I cared about was building my professional career. And even once I got to the point where I was very stable in my professional career was when I realized I didn't want to do that profession anymore. So then I switched it and put all of my energy into school. So finally now is the first time that I feel like things are possible and my energy is open and I'm curious like where it's going to take me. My priorities are taking care of myself, finding time to reflect, to slow down. And that's a big deal for me. If you're listening to this and you're from New York, we don't slow down. We go, 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 go. And we don't take time to just reflect and think. And I have a lot of friends from all over the United States, other countries, and I've learned a lot from them. I've learned how important it is to just be. My home has always been my safe place, my quiet place, my place where I can just close my eyes and relax. And if you see around me, it's very peaceful. I shut off the waterfall because I realized after my last video, it's way too loud on a video. But I usually have my waterfall on. I just like very calm, peaceful things. I'm starting to see things that I've never seen before. I was driving home the other day, and I looked over, and I live in Westchester, which is very hilly. And I looked over and I saw the trees, and behind the trees was the sunset. And the view from where I was at, because the trees are a little barren right now since it's winter, I could see for miles. And I was at an elevated point, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And I've passed this same strip on the road endless times and never even saw it. So I feel like by slowing down, my eyes are open and I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. I'm able to appreciate things that I took for granted. And it's just, there's just a peace, there's a energy of so many things coming through me, possibilities and beauty, and it's just endless. I've developed an inner peace that's greater than the value of a paycheck. Sure, I need to put a roof over my head and food on the table, but at a certain point, it becomes surplus. And if I build myself to create the surplus, for one, in a service-based industry as my own, where you're a coach and you're serving others to create more powerful lives, what better way to contribute to the world? And I've realized that the things that I do that I didn't even see before as a gift or as a talent, it was just things that I did. But now I'm in a position where I'm going to have to get creative to build my income. And in talking to people, someone pointed out just today, I showed them I had built my own website. And they said, "Oh my God, you're so talented. That's such a gift." I said, "Really?" Because I just think of it as I had to get it done and I did it. And I never thought about, wow, maybe I can build websites for people. So that's what I mean. I was operating on such a fast-paced, structured, non-thinking state of mind that I didn't even realize half the things that I was doing. So now by slowing down and taking time to honor my relationships with others and honor myself, there's so much that's developing by being fully present. I didn't have enough mental resources available before to be present for anything because I was depleted of everything. Does that make sense? So I did this video today to share with you that it's possible. I'm growing. I'm, building my business. I am not going to try to make myself bigger than I am. I'm sustaining myself. I have a roof over my head. I'm okay. I am not a multi-million-dollar coach. I don't know that I need to be. I know that I'm content and I'm happy where I am. And there's nothing more that I would do, that I would want right now, than to just continue doing what I'm doing and building and growing and helping as many people as I can. The feeling of touching souls and touching hearts is invaluable. You can't put a price tag on it. And it's so different than where I came from and what I was doing before that I think I appreciate it more, knowing what's possible. So I want to inspire you that if you're scared, if you're afraid, if you're on that verge of wanting to take that chance and take that leap, that it's possible. You don't have to have the perfect plan. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. I shared in my last video that I had been procrastinating on doing videos because I was waiting for the perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity doesn't always come by. You need to make that opportunity. And I hope that I said something today that'll inspire you, to give you a basis of where I came from and where I am now. And maybe there's something in my story that resonates with you. If you have any questions at all, anything you want to share with me, if you'd like to talk, leave a message below. Please subscribe, and I look forward to sharing with you on my next video.